Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Today I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'll be talking about the weather health risk for February 23rd, 2026. We do keep additional graphics available at tpatw.com. We maintain a patient weather storefront on Amazon. Amazon purchases made through our patient weather storefront support the activities of patient weather. Looking at the surface map for Monday, rather significant with high pressure dominating most of the country, but we have that new area of atmospheric river flowing into the Pacific Northwest and lots of activity here. We do have that low pressure center pulling away from New England, swinging some showers, thunder showers, and snow across portions of the Northeast. Looking at our vitality index, a composite or a measure of all of the weather elements that might cause some difficulties, we have a lot of activity going down, up and down the plains, back into Montana and east into Minnesota. A lot of activity here up over the lakes. Of course, a lot of activity with that storm center in the New England area. And then, of course, right back down here through Florida, where that cold front is finally coming back into the country in Florida. Looking at pressure change, we have falling pressure now up and down the plains from Texas to North Dakota, back to Montana and east into Minnesota, and falling pressure still in New England, although that low will be pulling away. We do have rising pressure here over Michigan and the Great Lakes. We have rising pressure from Florida up the eastern seaboard through the Carolinas into Virginia. Looking at temperature change, you'll see that we are warming up the plains. We're cooling down Michigan and cooling down Florida, along with some little bit of cooling here in the eastern seaboard. Dew point temperature pretty much reflects that same pattern, with again the falling dew points especially strong across Florida. Vapor pressure just confirming again that Florida is the brunt of this falling vapor pressure. Looking at our change in available oxygen in the atmosphere, you'll see we have a significant risk of migraine here in the Great Lakes, across Michigan, into northern Indiana, Ohio, western Pennsylvania, and up into western New York, especially around the Buffalo area. We also have a risk of migraine right along the coast of Texas on into Louisiana, but then getting quite broad across Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, into the Carolinas, and very strong across the entire state of Florida. We have that risk of asthma and arthritis along the California coast, but really all the way up and down California, from Oregon all the way to south, and then across the Four Corners, but becoming very significant as we reach the Texas Panhandle, across Kansas, up to the Dakotas, once again back to Montana and east into Minnesota. We also have that risk of headache, asthma, and arthritis across New England. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, let us know where you're located.